sundown. Al Al Airlines doesn't fly from Friday sundown to Saturday night because of religious observances. And they don't, not as a religious desire, truth be told, it's a political necessity. It's a political necessity. The religious right, the religious, I'm not going to say left or right, the religious
Orthodox.
The Orthodox population of Israel is very influential because they hold the balance of power to make a government. The most recent elections now were split down the middle between Netanyahu's party and another party called the Blue and White. They got 35 seats each in the Knesset. In order to form a government, you need 61 seats. So you got to go to the smaller parties. The smaller parties, typically speaking, are the religious parties. And the religious parties say, you want my votes? You want my seats in the parliament? What are you going to do for me? Oh, we'll shut down public transportation on Friday and Saturday. Al Al Airlines won't fly on Friday and Saturday. Other considerations to give to the religious. If you're the most orthodox of orthodox, you don't have to serve in the military. There's a whole history because they have a parliamentary form of government. We're not a parliamentary form. Their parliamentary form requires 61 seats to form the government, and they have to. So these lesser minorities hold a lot of. So you'll see those things, and along the way you'll see things going on. Please stop me. Ask me if there's some. There are sensibilities in Israel that are different than ours. It's a Judeo-Christian society, but it's Judeo-Christian in that part of the world, not Christian Judeo. So they do operate on a little bit different, not much, not really much, but a little bit different sensibility. But it's not. But so you'll see some things that might, for example, the food that's included, breakfast, dairy. Don't look for any kind of meat, not even kosher meat. They won't serve. They won't mix milk and meat. So at breakfast, if you want any kind of, they'll have fish. They'll have vegetables. They'll have fruit. They'll have yogurt. They'll have granola. They'll have all cheeses, all kinds of great stuff for breakfast. No meat. Dinner. Dinner. Well, no, I'll get you your ham and eggs if you want. I know where to go for it. I'll get it for you.
Do they have eggs?
Eggs is fine. Eggs is fine. Omelets, cheese omelets, vegetable omelets, eggs, sunny side up. Anything you want. Toast. The breads are delicious. All kinds of delicious. Dinner, meat. Dinner is meat. Dinner. You're not. When it comes to dessert and you want coffee, you're not going to get the creamer. You'll get the ersatz milk.
Non-dairy creamer.
Non-dairy creamer. You'll get non-dairy creamer. It's American coffee. You can find the Starbucks. You can find, I don't know if they have Dunkin' Donuts, but you can find the Starbucks. McDonald's, yeah, McDonald's. So there is, and here's there's a McDonald's, and the McDonald's are not kosher. You can get your cheeseburger, you can get whatever you want, no problem. There's also a little franchise called McDavid's. That's kosher. That's kosher. But wherever we are on a Saturday, if the restaurant is open, it's not kosher. So if you're in Tel Aviv on a Saturday, and are we there on a Saturday? We will be?
No, we're getting late in Saturday.
Oh, that's right, yeah, we get in.
Well, we're getting Sunday, actually, Sunday night, that when we arrive.
Right. We're
there one Saturday.
Right, you're only there one Saturday.
And
so
Galilee area, right?
The valley,
because the hotel we're staying at is right near the old city of Jaffa, and it's also right along the Mediterranean. It's right on the Mediterranean. You can walk across the promenade and walk along the Mediterranean. I mean, you walk out, and you'll see it. It's right there.
Talk a little bit about electronics.
You'll need a converter. I don't know off the top of my head, but you will need. They work on a different electric system.
Well, I was told you only needed an adapter if you're on your cell phones and things that they're 240, 120.
Right.
You just need an adapter.
Right. You
need a converter if you really need to step down the voltage to 120.
No. You see, I'm not. I know I needed something. I don't. I think they're on. But I'll.
No, 4 or 5-star hotel they provide for those.
And they have. You can get at the front desk also. Yeah. Yeah, at the front desk also.
How big is the group?
The group is I purposely didn't take financial deposits. If everybody goes who says they're going, and we're about 22, 24 people, which is perfect. We were keeping this group to one bus no matter what. So we weren't going to go higher than 40 at any time, because you once you go into a second bus, now it becomes diffuse. Now, you get separated. It's one bus. That's all it's going to be, and the sweet spot really is, 25, because you'll have a 50-passenger bus. There'll be plenty of room. It'll be comfortable. It'll be nice. You'll get personal. This is going to be a kind of tour where everybody's going to know everybody by the end of the trip. Everybody's going to. I mean, it's just like I said. You'll know what I'm talking about on the flight back.
Very personable.
Yeah. With the insights that Bruce has, hopefully I'll add some insight and some perspective as well. You may get to meet some of my cousins.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I got a text this morning. What are your dates? When are you coming? What are your dates? When are you going to be there? He was extreme. Well, there's a number of them, but this one cousin was extremely instrumental in helping me when a woman had an allergic reaction to a spice in Israel, and we had to get a hospital treatment. And he was driving me back and forth between Tel Aviv and Tiberias, which when Israel is the size of New Jersey, it's the size of New Jersey. But when people and Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, it's a 1-hour drive. That's it. But if you live in Tel Aviv and you're going to Jerusalem, you pack an overnight bag as an Israeli. They think that's like traveling between Los Angeles and New York. Because its economy is size. But you're going to see roads in Israel like the 215, like I-15. I mean, the roads are 2 lanes, 4 lanes, super highways, interstates like we have. You're going to see technology like we have. And I go back to and that's the mystique of Israel. In 1 second, it's modern, it's technology, and the next second, you're 2,000 years back. And it's mystical. It's absolutely mystical. And the reason you go with a group, I really frown on independent travel to Israel unless you have family there, somebody. Because when you get to that fork in the road, the guy knows which way to go. You don't. And they drive like crazy in Israel anyway. Maybe. Yes, sir.
Question on the lunches, question not covered. What's the average cost of lunches there?
Lunches?
Lunches, yeah.
Good question. Typically, not bad. Not like here in New York. Like I remember we stopped on the Stations of the Cross.
Don't compare to New York.
No, did I say New York? I meant not New York is crazy. Wait, no. When I say here, more Las Vegas-y in prices, which are reasonable. We stopped along the way on the Stations of the Cross in like an outdoor cafe, and people had like a chicken shawarma or a falafel or something like that. If you eat something like that, it's $4 or $5. It's not expensive. Not expensive. Now, if you're going to go sit down in the hotel lobby and have tea, it's like any other. Don't go to the Mirage for breakfast in the morning, or the Bellagio for breakfast in the morning, because it's going to be $23.95. Our breakfasts are included. That's good. But if you're going to go for lunch somewhere, reasonably, very reasonable.
What time will we normally be getting up and eating before we leave?
Everybody's asking such good questions. Typically speaking, they depending on the day. If it's a travel day, maybe a little bit early, like when we leave Tel Aviv and head to the Galilee, which is about an hour and a half, you'll always stop. You're not going to travel for more than 45 minutes, 50 minutes, you're going to stop. But typically speaking, you have breakfast around 8:15. Try to be on the bus anywhere between 8:30 and 9:30, depending on the day it is. If it's a local day in Jerusalem, it may be a little bit later. Mm-hmm. If it's a travel day, it might be a little bit earlier. But nothing where I said, we got to be up at 4 in the morning to...
Probably the day we leave will be a little hectic.
The day we leave is another that's another issue. That's the day we. But we have the hotel that night. Sometimes you got to check out of the hotel and sit in the lobby. You have the hotel that the flight back is at 7:15 in the morning, which is going to mean we're probably going to leave for the airport by about 3:30, 4 in the morning.
Is a 3-hour lead time pretty much?
About, but we're only about a half an hour from the airport.
Yeah.
Now, there's an app online for,
Mobile passport, do you know about mobile passport?
I have it. Yeah.
Oh, do they have it at McCarran? When I looked it up, it didn't show them as a listed out.
If they're listed, they have it. Then
No, they're not listed.
Then they don't have
But
it.
they said they have kiosks that you can do the information.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true? You
Yeah.
travel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just put your passport in and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
stuff
can
comes
just
up.
put it
You're
in,
good.
it'll stamp
that
it.
at jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're through. It's very easy.
Customs.
And that does save time rather than just getting in line.